Here for Rubber Dolphin. Can we have another round of applause for Rubber Dolphin?
Thank you, Robert. Wow, it's bright. Hi guys, thank you, Pendance Film Festival and the Israeli Consulate for bringing me here. I feel very honored to take part of this festival and being part of your fantastic program. So it's been great so far, and I'm here to answer any questions you might have about the film that you saw. It's my thesis film actually at university. I graduated after finishing this film, but it took me some years to graduate after I actually finished my studies. So it became like a really life-changing journey for me making this film. So, and then it brought me here to meet you guys. So it's amazing. And if you want to ask me something, I'll be happy to answer that.
Of course. Hello. She's asked the question at every screening she's been.
Hello. First of all, great movie, great job, beautiful.
Thank you, Liza.
Sensitive. My question is, how did you shoot all the intimate scenes? It was really realistic and very sensitive, so yeah, that's my question.
Do you mind if I sit? So the intimate scenes, you mean like the sex scenes at the beginning, at the end? So the first sex scene was choreographed entirely. We mainly worked on that in the rehearsals, but the last scene where the film ends happened for the first time on set. So I guess it was more about working with the actors so they would feel very comfortable with each other. I will give away what we did. One of them is actually not a professional actor. He's a scriptwriter, and he's actually now shooting his film. And the other actor, okay, so there's Chen, which is he's a bit dark-skinned, so he's the professional actor. And Omri, the other one, is the non-actor. So Omri is now shooting his film, and Chen is being the artistic designer for his film right now in Israel. So I hope, let's send them great energy. When we just started working, I gave them like a questionnaire of 26 questions to fall in love, or 46 questions to fall in love, I don't remember. And halfway through the questionnaire, they were like, okay, Ori, when do we shoot? So it was really about bringing up the right emotions between them and working the right chemistry between them. And when they trusted each other, they really showed me the way. So this is how we did it.
Any questions? We're just going to go down the road.
Could you talk a little bit about the choice to like really close up on the really intimate scenes? Like it was very like the difference. To me, it was very bold. Yeah, obvious. Can you talk a little bit about this choice?
About the shooting, you mean like that was close? So I had a big fight with Chen a week before shooting. He told me like through the work he's not gonna have his frontal nude on this film, and I said, you know, we must show something because this is what the film is about, and your body is part of it. And we had like a lot of debate on it. And he said no. So I figured out, okay, no long shots in this film. And but then eventually, when I showed the cinematographer David, I showed him a rehearsal that I shot. And I noticed that when I held the camera, I was just on their faces like that. And so this is how we eventually shot the film, like I did in the rehearsal. And that, but we did a lot of coverage outside of the shots that you see. But eventually, I didn't use any other shots, and I understood, like editing, that the tension keeps when you keep it in the long take. So, does it answer that? Okay.
Any more questions? We have a couple.
Hello, thank you very much. I really liked it. I want to ask you, why the name of the film when in reality you are exposing and talking about bareback, or circumstantially, but it's more about vulnerability and opening up yourself to the moment, whereas the title of the film is mostly the opposite. So why picking up that circumstantial thing in the piece? Thank you.
So thank you for your question. This Rubber Dolphin was a working title. I wasn't intending to keep it. But then when I finished like the last cut, I met Chen and Omri, and we were like throwing names, and we kept going back to Rubber Dolphin, and it's actually a line some guy told me, and I liked this image of this idea because like it symbolizes the condom, which is an energy block between the couple, and when they decide losing it, so it means something different for each of them. And this is what I guess it's the initiator of the whole little love story, this condom or lack of it. So I decided to keep it.
Are they taking it out again?
What?
Are they taking it out again?
Well, no, it lasted just for the shooting.
Yes, we have one here.
Yes, echoes to all the positive comments about the film. To me, it poses the issue of equivalency within a relationship. And I'm just curious to hear your philosophy or your thoughts on whether or not in a relationship, and in particular a same-sex relationship, because the two partners are of the same sex, does a relationship, a successful relationship, need to be or give the equivalent to each partner?
Well, that's a big question. Thank you. I don't know how to answer it, really. I think when I started writing it, and I did started to make some thorough research. I asked myself, why do some guys bottom? Why do some guys prefer it that way while others don't? And what does it give you, like, emotionally? Like, why? And I started reading a lot of essays about homosexuality and really trying to find an answer to that. I don't know, and I couldn't find an answer. This is the truth. And I mean, there are some psychological explanations, and I guess each person feels differently about that. But within a relationship, I think it's a major issue for same-sex and for not same-sex couples. The question of roles and I don't know if you can find something equal within a relationship. I guess it balances itself eventually, but I guess what I understood, or what I was trying to do, is to find the power within the receptive part, which means to open up and not just to surrender, but it's a position of strength in my perception. So does it answer your question?
We have time for one more question, and it is from front row again.
Hi, I'm just interested, what's your next project? Do you have something in mind?
Well, I'm telling everyone that I'm writing a feature film. So I'm thinking of writing a feature film. Now I'm writing, I have a lot of scenes piled up, but I know the themes that I'm researching. It's also a bit like kind of an auto-fictional story, but yes, it's a feature film that I'm working on. I don't know. I can't say much about it yet. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
And I'm here outside if you still have some questions or just want to say hi. Thank you.